All right, today we're going to tear into something really different. It's a business model called Wolf Intelligence, and it's basically a blueprint for building your own private sovereign AI. We're talking specifically about trade businesses, mechanics, plumbers, contractors. Think of it as the anti-SaaS playbook.
So let's just kick this off with a question that gets right to the heart of this whole thing. Is your business just renting its brain? Seriously, think about all that subscription software you're paying for month after month after month.
For a ton of small and medium-sized businesses, the answer is a huge yes. They're just stuck in this loop, paying what feels like a user tax for software they need to survive. And the worst part? The moment they stop paying, their data, their processes, their entire digital operation gets held hostage.
But what if there was another way? Well, that's exactly what Wolf Intelligence is all about. This isn't just about a different piece of software. It's a totally different philosophy. It's a roadmap to actually owning your digital property, not just being a tenant. Okay, so let's really get into the weeds here, into the core problem this whole model is designed to solve. It all comes down to two things: the source material calls the SaaS tax and the huge problem of data hostages.
And this slide, wow, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the standard SaaS model we all know, those monthly user taxes, the provider owns your data, and you're building zero equity. But on the right, you have the sovereign model. Here, you're actually building business equity, you own the vault where your data is stored, and you have a permanent asset. It's a massive shift from being a renter to being an owner.
And this right here, this is the gut punch of the SaaS model. It really is like you're on a treadmill. All that value you build up, your customer lists, your job history, your pricing logic, it all lives inside a system that you have zero control over. And the very second that monthly payment stops, the entire thing can just vanish.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the fix? Let's dive into the philosophy of what's called sovereign AI and see how this creates a foundation for a totally new way of thinking.
The bedrock of this entire blueprint is data sovereignty. It's this core idea that your data is your territory. And Wolf Intelligence just boils it down to this simple, super powerful mantra: your shop, your server, your data. It means your business intelligence isn't getting mixed in with your competitors' data. It's not being used to train some giant public AI model. It is yours. End of story.
So what do you actually get when you own it? Well, the benefits are real and you can feel them. First off, you can finally stop paying those dreaded per-user fees. Second, your data is completely siloed. It's never mixed with anyone else's. And most importantly, you're building what they call a digital foreman, an AI that grows right alongside your business, becoming a true company asset that actually goes up in value, instead of just being another line item on your monthly expenses.
All right, now this is where things get really smart. The Wolf Intelligence model isn't just about the technology. It's about the branding. It's about creating a tribe, almost a movement, by completely changing the language we use to talk about the tech itself.
Just look at this brand dictionary. It's genius, right? They take these boring, sterile corporate terms and they reforge them into this rugged, powerful vocabulary that just clicks with their target audience. A client isn't just a user, they're part of the pack. Your data isn't just in the cloud, it's secured in the vault. AI memory becomes instinct. Now, this isn't just some marketing fluff. It completely reframes the relationship with technology from something you just use to something you actually belong to.
And I mean, even the name itself, Wolf Intelligence, that's a whole strategy. It signals this fierce loyalty to the pack, to their clients, while at the same time positioning them as sharp, smart, and predatory towards their clients' competition. It's an identity a small business owner can really rally behind.
Okay, enough about branding. Let's pop the hood and see how this thing actually runs. We're going inside the sovereign stack to see the nuts and bolts, the technology that powers the pack.
Let's walk through a perfect real-world example they call the auto-quote engine. Imagine a mechanic. Maybe their hands are covered in grease. They just record a quick voice note about a job they're working on. The AI, using Gemini 3 and the shop's own historical data, instantly parses all the details and generates a professional PDF quote right on the spot. See, this isn't some abstract tech. This is solving a real, everyday headache for people in the trades.
So the secret sauce here, the magic behind it all, is what they call persistent memory, which is powered by a tool they named CloudClaw. And this is the absolute key. Unlike a normal chatbot that forgets everything the second the conversation is over, this AI remembers. It knows Mrs. Smith has a 12-year-old furnace or that a specific mechanic prefers using certain parts. The AI literally grows up with the business.
And here's the actual tech stack that makes it all happen.
Now, what's so critical to understand here is the reliance on private servers like DigitalOcean and a whole bunch of open source tools. They're using Coolify for deployment, NN for self-hosted automation. These are all transparent components, and they're designed from the ground up to prevent the very vendor lock-in that they're fighting against in the first place.
All right, let's put all the pieces together. How do you actually go out and sell this thing? This is the final piece of the puzzle, the anti-SaaS playbook. And it's all about one thing, selling an asset, not another subscription.
This sales pitch from the source material, man, it's just perfect. It's direct, it's so powerful, and it immediately changes the entire conversation. It taps right into that deep frustration that business owners have about renting software and just flips the entire value proposition on its head. You're not buying a tool, you're building that digital foreman that gets smarter every single day.
And of course, the pricing has to match this whole philosophy, right? So instead of a high reoccurring monthly fee, there's a one-time digital property fee to build the asset. That small ongoing fee, that's just for the managed infrastructure, the actual server costs and maintenance, not for some software license. The whole thing is structured as an investment, not an expense.
Now, get this. From the perspective of the person building this for a client, the model is crazy powerful. Because that whole tech stack is built on low-cost private servers and open-source software, the profit margin on that monthly management fee is estimated to be around 90%. It creates a total win-win, a way better deal for the client, and a super profitable model for the person who builds it.
So at the end of the day, this whole playbook, it's not really about selling a clever piece of code. It's about delivering an appreciating digital asset. It's like building a permanent employee that learns your business inside and out, never forgets a customer, and adds real, tangible value to your company's balance sheet.
And that really brings us to the final question, doesn't it? This entire blueprint, it forces us to look at our own digital lives. It's a really powerful model for a specific market, for sure, but the philosophy behind it applies to everyone. So, I'll just leave you with this question. If you could stop renting one piece of software in your life or your business and actually own it forever, what would it be?